All right, here we go. 235-pound weight class. This is the final weight class preview that I'm going to do for the girls' high school State of Ohio Wrestling Championships, brought to you by Bodycraft Fitness. Don't leave early. Listen, 235, you're going to want to stay. I'll get into the details as to why in just a minute, but let me get to the field of 16. Elena Jackson from Minerva, Alexis Cohen from West Union, Evie Parmalee from Liberty Benton, Serena Lewis from Port Clinton, Madeline Morrison from Marengo Highland, Christine Hockenberry's from Evergreen, Lenasia Dixon. Let me try that again. Lenasia Dixon from Brush. That's what I'm going to say. Welcome to the show, Lenasia from Brush. Jessica Edwards from Harrison. Carly Harlow from Greenview. Alea Abdullah from Warrensville Heights. Deanna Borders from Berea Mid Park. Kate Fenton from Lakota West. Dakota McCracken from United. Brooklyn Wade is from Washington Courthouse. Gabby Oregon from Archbald. And Jennifer Racha Arianos from Olentangy Orange. So this one's interesting for a number of reasons, but the field itself is interesting because Olentangy Orange Regional only had 2 wrestlers in this bracket. That means they woke up in the morning, they went to weigh in, they made weigh-ins, and they found out that they're the only 2 girls in the bracket, and they are automatically state qualifiers. Now, as a fan, I don't like that for the sport. For these girls, I love it. You're going to the Schottenstein Center, and you get to experience things that many of us have not gotten to. I'm lucky enough to be able to experience it as behind the camera, but I certainly have never wrestled there. So congratulations to those 2 girls from the Olentangy Orange Regional. That's Madison Morrison from Marengo Highland and Jennifer Racha Arianos from Olentangy Orange. It's not their fault that the brackets were light. And for what it's worth, Racha Arianos won her match, and so she's a regional champ, and deservedly so. This is more of a call to the rest of that region. It's right now the region is divided central southeast. So the southeast part of the state, the central part of Columbus and southeast, it's just more of a call to action. I understand it's hard to fill lineups. It definitely is for girls. It is for boys, especially at heavyweight. So it's just a call to action. Let's get more girls involved in the sport. The coolest thing about wrestling is it's for every body. Every body. We need a 235-pound individual. And honestly, I'd be remiss to say, one of the individuals from Lancaster, Ella Klum, who's a solid wrestler, unfortunately did not make weight. So it's sad for Ella if she did not make weight. She definitely would have been a force at the state tournament. So that would have been a 3rd person in that bracket. But we need bodies. We need girls. We need girls that, society might say, whatever they say. I don't care. Wrestling is for everybody, and I love watching these girls wrestle. I'm telling you, these girls can move, and they are amazing athletes. So let's get more out there. Okay, rant over. Let's talk a little bit more about what they did to fill the bracket. So only 2 go from Olentangy Orange, and that means, and I'm not sure how it was decided, but that means that the mentor district ends up with 5 that go, not top 4, but top 5 go. And again, I don't know if they knew that ahead of time, if they knew that, one of the girls that was going to be going for the alternate position was now wrestling for the state championship berth, a qualification berth. And the same thing happened in the Marysville Regional. So 5 went. And so the alternate is now the 6th. And the 5th place winner in that region is a state qualifier. So congratulations to you. It's a little unorthodox. It's not what we're used to on the boys' side. The numbers are there. There's 3 divisions. And the girls are going to get there. I get it. It's going to take time. As a fan, you hate to see it because, you know, the girls that work really hard, the way the map is divided, you know, it's just unfortunate for some and fortunate for others. But I'm over it. All right. Let's get to the wrestling. Let's talk about Elena Jackson. Listen, she's only a 3-time state champ. Only. No big deal, right? Wrong. Stay for the finals. I'm assuming she's going to be in the finals. I have no idea. I can't tell the future. That's why they wrestle. But I'm telling you, if she makes the finals and if she wins, that's an if. I'll get to that in a minute. She's going to be a 4-time state champ. So what you do at the very end of the night, after a long weekend of wonderful wrestling in the state of Ohio, what do you get to do if she wins 4? You get to stand up and you get to cheer. It's a standing O in the shot. There's nothing like it. It brings chills to my spine and tears to a lot of people's eyes. So stay for the finals all the way through. I said if because Carly Harlow, ranked number 2, is gunning for her. I've had conversations with her, and Jackson has beat her this year. Both of these girls are unbelievable, and they're both ranked nationally. So let me talk to you a little bit about Jackson. She's ranked national number 3 at this weight. She is a 3-time state champ, as I already mentioned, going for 4. Rare air. 4-time Ohio State champs are very, very good, and she is gunning for that. She, as I mentioned, is ranked number 3 in the nation, ranked number 1 at this weight. Now, Carly Harlow, who I mentioned, is gunning for her. She is also nationally ranked. She's ranked number 11, and I've talked to her, and I know as a wrestler, you don't want to look to the future. You don't want to look past your opponent that's in front of you. You don't want to, necessarily take things for granted. You've got to get to that state championship, but I do know she's preparing to try to beat Elena Jackson and win a title of her own. She's a 3-time state place winner. As a freshman, she won 4th. And then twice, 2 years in a row, has been runner-up to Jackson. So now we get to see, setting the stage one more time, a possibility of somebody winning a 4th, or the possibility of somebody cracking through and beating that 3-timer and getting her first after she's been a 2-time runner-up. Unbelievable drama that's going to happen at 235 if the bracket holds true. So you have girls like Dakota McCracken from United, who is ranked number 3. She's going to want to bust that bracket up. She's a solid wrestler. Jessica Edwards from Harrison, also a very solid wrestler, ranked number 4. Both of those girls have placed in the state before. Dakota McCracken, 3rd last year, and Edwards 7th last year, 6th the year prior. So she's a multiple-time state place winner as well, and she's from Harrison. That's a name you're going to hear a lot. They're returning state team champs, and they put through some numbers at to the Schottenstein Center. Kate Fenton, also a returning state placer. She took 4th last year at 235, so she saw herself shooting for the 3rd place match. She ends up with 4th last year. Kate Fenton from Lakota West, a junior, somebody to watch. Brooklyn Wade from Washington Courthouse. Now, she's a newcomer. She's a freshman, but she's made some waves this year as well. So keep an eye on her. She's ranked number 8 in the state. Jenny Aracha Arianos, who I already mentioned, from Olentangy Orange. She's a sophomore, athletic, quick on her feet, and can wrestle. Keep an eye on her. And then we've got a number of girls ranked 13th, 14th. That's Border from Berea Mid-Park, who's a freshman. 14th, Aliyah Abdullah from Warrensville is ranked 14. As I mentioned, she is a senior. Unranked wrestlers that make the dance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 girls make the state championship by way of some uneven numbers, honestly. But that's not taking anything away from them. Again, congratulations to those girls. Anything can happen. And one thing I know about girls wrestling in general, there are a lot of pins, okay? And any given match, any girl can pin any other girl, okay? So especially at heavyweight, which is true of the boys' side. We know that from watching boys wrestle, that they call the roll or the fat man roll or whatever you want to call it. It can happen, and it does happen. And there are a lot of pins at the upper weights. This is no exception. Anybody can pin anybody, and we really have to watch out for this at 235. So keep your eye out on this bracket. Couple of matches I want you to watch. Of course, Elena Jackson. I want you to watch her from beginning to end. She's very, very good. She opens against Alexis Cohen from West Union. So Cohen at number 5 against number 1 Jackson in the opening round. Keep your eye on that one. Circle that match. Of course, I do want you to watch Carly Harlow too. She's an animal on the mat. She's heavy-handed. She goes for big moves, and she oftentimes gets them. So watch her. She's got Aliyah Abdullah, who is ranked 14th in her opening round. So 2 versus 14 there. And then if paper holds true and everything holds true as far as the seeds go, in the quarterfinals, so the second round, you're going to see Dakota McCracken from United against Jenny Aracha Arianos. Now, that's going to be a really good match and a good test for the Olentangy Orange sophomore, as she's going to see McCracken, who is a place winner, who's also a sophomore as well. So it's a true test for her. Let's circle that match. Let's watch that one at 235 in the quarterfinals. So keep an eye on that. All right, that is your 235-pound preview, and I will see you at the shot.